Brand new boombox with cassette deck that's worth having. Is it worth it? Let's have a look. You might have had a look at this video from Cassette Comeback the other day, which is quite interesting. And as Tony says, he's bought it in from AliExpress. It cost him a lot of money and it's okay, he says. Ideal for putting around the barbecue. Ideal for putting around the barbecue or putting on the barbecue. Well, we'll find out. Let's have a look at some specifications and see if we can find out where and what they're made of and how they came into the country. Looking at this, you can see it's actually got a proper instruction booklet with it. It's got words that are mostly in English, and so we're off to a good start here then. On to the actual specifications. Well, it's 220 volt 50 hertz, nothing to do with TV standards of PAL, it's just 220 volt 50 hertz. 20 watts for the power consumption, which is okay. Normal radio frequency spectrum coverage for the bands allocated. And then we're looking at the recording thing. It says recording system 4 tracks, bias system magnetic, frequency response 125 to 6300 or 6300 kilohertz. I think they've got the decimal points in the wrong place, because that should be that's 6.3 megahertz if that was right. So the only sensible number would be 6.3 kilohertz, which is little better than AM radio. Now this bit, I've been called all sorts of names because I've been pushing 0.25% WRMS as not an unreasonable wow and flutter figure. But this is 4%. That is awful. And the last figures on there, the 4 ohm speakers, well, that's irrelevant really. That just means you've got some sort of, well, it's a number. Are you ever going to do anything with it? It's just a number. It doesn't matter whether it's 4 ohm or 8 ohm, because it doesn't indicate quality, it just tells you what the ohmage of the speakers are. So we've got 4% and we've got 6.5K or 6.3K. I don't think that really counts as being good quality, and it's DC bias and it records badly. So, you know, I don't think we're any better off than we were. But let's have a quick look and see if there's anything else redeeming about it. Tony imported his from AliExpress and he paid around about £110 for it after all the taxes and imports. So I had a look on Amazon UK and it is available here for £199, but there was a voucher that said you could get some money off. But it's £199 for exactly the same unit. It's got the same pictures, it's got the same specifications. So this is it. You can buy it with a name on it. It's the Amhini, or however you meant to pronounce that. And so that was that. I thought I'd have a look and see if it was on Amazon USA. So we'll have a look at that in a sec. Here we are on the USA site now, and you can see I'm going to type in the same as I did on the UK site and see if it comes up. But I'm not. It's one of those things where it's harder to find. I mean, you can find pistons. Pistons aren't a problem, or bearings, but boomboxes are not under that particular part number. So therefore I thought, well, I'll have another look and see if there's a different way of finding it. And so I typed in cassette player, cassette radio. I thought, well, you know, it's worth having a look. And hey presto, there's quite a few boomboxes and things that come up. And this one was interesting because it looked similar. It's 36 quid, and that's including shipping and everything else, so I could actually get that. But it's wasn't particularly wasn't appealing. I'm not looking to buy one anyway, actually, but I thought, you know, I'd have a look, see what's what. And that's an AM FM shortwave 1, shortwave 2, similar specification to the one that we're looking for. But I type in again, and then I found this one, and this one, and this one. There's quite a few on there actually, and this is the point. There are loads of different ones. This is a GPO one, which is supposedly a British company selling the Chinese stuff. And then eventually I sort of thought, well, I don't know, can I find this thing? So I looked down the bottom, and you know, there's loads and loads and loads of ghetto blasters, boom boxes, whatever you want to call them. And there's one that looks very, very similar. So I clicked on there. And that one's only £136, but it's got the twin VUs. It's got a voucher for £6 off or $6 off, but this is giving me pounds because I happen to have the ability to use Amazon.com. And so here we go, and it's got the same pictures. So it's by Audio Crazy, and it is the same machine in all but anything really. So that was it. That was a look on there. So if you're in the States, you can buy one of these as reviewed for about £136 or about $150, I guess. I didn't turn it back into dollars, but you know, it is definitely the same functions, same machine. And if it isn't, it looks very much like it. And this is one of the problems with this stuff, because it's not branded and you don't know what you're getting until you get it. And you know, it's a bit weird. Anyway, so that's that. So it's got exactly the same functions, same form factor, same lighting. The only difference is possibly a little bit of logos and stuff. Just had a quick check through there, and so that is the one. That is the one. It's actually cheaper to get one from the States than it is from the UK. The only thing you would have to be aware of is that it's got 120 volt power instead of 240 volt, and that's nothing to do with the TV standards again, but it's just the way it is. However, it might well be worth it, because you know, it's a good saving on effectively the same product. I will be putting links to both of these products in the description if anybody's interested. As you can see there's a lot of these sort of things around. So then I went and had a look at AliExpress to see exactly what was what, and as you can see, that's £49.92, and I thought I'd have a look and see. Now, Tony was making a big thing about it being for the power region and for being 220 volts. Well, that's because they've got 4 options on there: silver and gold, but they've got it in 120 volts, which is that one, and they got it on 220 volts, which is that one. So you know, the same product, just with different voltages input, which is fine. Now this was something interesting. These are all the various shots. This is, as you can see, on the same page, and so you got the thing there with the Chinese words, which is okay. But then something caught my eye, was the dodgy marketing. This one allegedly has 600 watts of stereo radio big woofer, and it says PMPO, peak music power output, which means absolutely nothing. That is a nonsense figure. So then I went over to Alibaba, and you can see here I found this, and nice pictures. Look, it's definitely the same unit, and they've got it on a turntable. I can't play the music that they're playing because it's copyright, but look at this. I think they should have thought this a little bit better. The batteries are going to go, yeah, oh well, okay. We've all had similar problems, I guess, doing our YouTube videos. Anyway, so that's that. This is definitely the same item. You can see there it's got the meters, and it's got the lights at the top, and the supposedly two-way speakers. And you can see here the various different ways it comes up. And they mention on there about being able to brand it and it being generic. And so you can put your own name on it, and then you look at it and you think, well, that's okay. So it's definitely it. And you see what the price is. It's $30 US, and I think I managed to get it into pounds eventually, but it comes out about 20 quid. But you have to buy 60 of them, and well, what would you do with them? There's the question. So there you are. If you're interested in a boombox like the one that Tony showed you on his video, then they are available in the UK for £199. They are available in the States. If you live in the UK, you can order one up for £136. And if you're living in the States, of course, it's going to be, I think the shipping's probably less, so it's probably cheaper for you there. But you've got a problem with it being, it's generic. It's got 4%, if that's the right figure, wow and flutter. You've got 6.5 kilohertz roughly as replay audio, and it's, well, you know, it is what it is. I would agree with Tony that you could use it around the barbecue, but I don't know that I would particularly bother, because it's a lot of money for not a lot of equipment. Now, if you could get them at the Alibaba price, 20 quid, that would be worth it. There's a thought for you. Maybe it'd be worth setting up a buying group and doing it that way. Anyway, that's it. Hope you've got something out of this. If you did, please like and subscribe. Like the videos, it makes them go further. Subscribe, it makes the channel actually pop up for more people. And there you go. Have a nice time. Keep safe. Cheers.